Okay, welcome to level 2 of our indices. Okay, so these are a bit more tricky. Let's get started. So the 3 is just a 3, and when I have this square root type of thing, this is now the cube root. I can write whatever is on the inside, and I know it's the power, it's always power over root. I'll write it here, power over root, and the power is 2, and the root is 3. Nothing to change there, but yeah, that's how it's written. So for number 2, I'll do it next to it. Again, I have the 2 and the x, and the power is 5, and the root is 4. And then for 3, I promise they'll get more tricky. I said now, oh, they're so tricky, but they're not really. And again, power over root, so 3 over 4. Okay, let's look at number 4. So I have 4x just written on the outside, and again I have an x, and this is power over root, and this is just 1 plus 5 over 4, so I can write it either as x1 and, well, sorry, 5 over 4, I mean 4 over 5, 4 over 5, or I can write it as 4x 5 plus 4 is 9 over 5. Cool. And number 5, I have a 2, and here I have an 8x squared. So the 8 to the cube root of 8 is 2, so I'll show both ways again, but I know that's going to be a 2, and then I can write x to power over root, which is 2 over 3, and this will just become 4x 2 over 3. But there's another way of looking at this, although you wouldn't have to do it this way. You can do 2, and let's see, it's going to be a bracket 8x squared, and it's to the power of not a half, but to a third, because it's a cube root, and if I just had something like the cube root of x, that would be x to the power of a third. So in this case, whatever is on the inside, I can just write to the power of a third. And what I had on the inside was 8x squared. So the whole 8x squared, I just wrote to the power of a third. And I can rewrite 8 as 2 to the power of 3. And this is x to the power of 2, all to the power of a third. And I can multiply this in because it's only one term here. And this becomes 2. And 3 times a third would just be 1. And 2 times a third would be 2 over 3. And then you can see there, if we multiply this in, we get 4x to the power of 2/3, which is exactly what we got there. So this is just showing, hey, we could have gone both ways if we wanted to. Okay, and then for number 6, I have 2x, and that x is power over root, so it's 14 over 7, which can just reduce to basically 2. So I have x squared, and that would just become ultimately 2x to the power of 3. 7, and I have 6x squared, and then I have an x with power over root, which is 2 over 3, and I would basically just add them, so it's 6x 2 and 2/3, or 6x 2 times 3 is 6, 7, 8/3. Either or, doesn't really matter. This is probably more readable, I guess, but either or, doesn't really matter. I still have room for 8 here. So I have 5x to the power of a third, and then that x becomes power over root, which is 2 over 3, and now I have an addition sum, so I have 5x and a third plus 2/3 is going to give me 3/3, or just 1, or I don't have to write the 1, but yeah, that's it. Okay, and then for 9, I'm just going to rub all this out. There we go. And let's take a look at number 9. have 5x to the power of a half, and then x to power over root 1 over 2 again. And this just becomes 5. A half plus a half is 1. Don't have to write the 1, but yeah, 5x. Cool. See you in the next video.